I'm Jazmin Taylor with Press Pulse Productions, and I have here with me Danny Gokey.
Yep, Gokey.
Danny
It's like
Gokey.
2 words, go and key.
Gokey, woo.
I know it was really weird when I married her that she was like, I have to take what name? I was like, Gokey.
Okay.
She's like,
yeah.
okay, well, you're cute. Fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So,
but yeah.
You're here at the Grammys on the Hill.
We are. And, you know, I found it off camera. I love that she started asking me questions. Are you an artist too to my wife? And
She's
honestly,
muy bonita. Yes,
she is.
Good job, I know.
But she's an artist because
I know she is.
every song I write, I mean, literally, it's hers. And if
Tell
any
them.
award that I've had, it's because marriage, you become one. She's like, oh, I love my songs. I sound great on the radio.
On the radio, right?
I never knew you had
When
such
he
a
says,
low
thank
voice.
you, baby, she's like, yes, I'm right here. Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
She,
And then I get the awards and I put them where I want to put them. And I'm like, okay.
fake news. No,
We are in D.C. too.
fake news. Anyways.
So, you're
Yeah.
here for music legislation changes.
Yeah.
What kind of music? You have been in music for
Yeah,
a
since
good amount of time, right?
it's 9 years. I mean,
9
I've had
years.
my ups and downs. I was on the
More
show.
ups and downs. You were on a little show
Yes.
called American Idol, right?
Little show, this
Yeah, I know.
tiny show.
I remember that show. Do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Call
launched
in,
me.
right?
No, it launched me, but it didn't sustain me. I lost my first record deal and went silent for a couple years.
Stop. You too? Mm-hmm. I did. Oh, I know the feeling.
Wait, were you on American Idol?
No. I was trying
I was
to
like,
be, but I was
wait.
like, you know, like she bang. I was gonna see.
Oh, you William Hung?
I was
You
trying to be William Hung
like
with Pants
duet?
on the ground. Yeah. With pants on the ground.
That who was that? Yeah, that guy. That had a hit. I mean, these are hit songs, but
That's what I'm saying.
and we're not being fairly compensated for them. Anyways,
I know. The pants on the ground. That's a great. That was a
dude, it
huge-
went everywhere, and he probably didn't see a dime from that.
Isn't that a shame?
It is, but I think that's kind of. I think what's happening here is that this music culture is there's other people profiting more off of the work that we do than ourselves. And America was founded on, you know, when someone can start a business or when someone's a creator, that they usually see the most fruit from the creation because it was their idea. And music is a little different. Like, could you imagine if legislation never changed for minimum wage and it was 40 years old? Could you imagine, would people want to get up and work?
Way to associate or just a way
Yeah.
to dumb it down because a lot of people are like, what's going on? What's this and that? And it's like when you say stuff like that, it's like minimum wage. People are uprising about it. Music should be the same thing.
And that's, yeah, you hear it. People are going bananas over, like, you didn't change minimum wage. Well, there's some laws that are dated back to the 20s in the music industry that haven't changed. And I think what we're trying to do is, because in order to keep being innovative and progressive, reward the people who are working. You know, when you create an environment where you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or you see, you know, other people profiting more off of what we do, it just limits you to keep doing it. And you see, Nashville is the city of people who are musicians and are waitresses, bartenders, you know.
4 jobs, you say, in one.
It's the truth. And it's like, how do we keep, that's unsustainable. You know what I mean? And so, and not only that, but let's do what's fair, because for me, like, I'm a person who likes to pour that into my touring, into my show. The more money, the more I can do, the more production I can bring, the better the
And it's
experience.
for your own self. You say only sanity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And now that I like to bring my family. I got 3 kids. Me and her, we have 3 kids, and
What? You're a mother of 3? Oh my gosh.
yep, we're gonna have more, right?
That's not my fault. Next year, we see.
Do tell what we're gonna
I
have.
have an 8-month-old.
We do have.
Congratulations.
Oh, he's not 8 months yet. On the 29th.
29th? Okay.
He sleeps like a 3-month-old though. He's just like up.
But who's with the baby? You or her?
Us.
She's us.
No,
Don't you dare.
Nosotros.
Yeah. No, me.
Teamwork
You.
makes dream work? No. Okay,
Yes.
it's Mia.
It's me. My
She
dress.
gets up at night, but I mean, I hope.
So how was the oldest baby?
He's 5.
5. You have 3 kids under 5?
Yeah.
What?
5, 3, and 7 months.
What?
You don't have any kids, do you?
No, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. No.
Oh.
Jesus, no.
You know, and if they don't change the laws, I told him he was going to have to get a part-time.
Yeah.
Starbucks, for every personal bar. We can't be doing that on Instagram.
I know.
Not Starbucks. I'd go to a different coffee shop because
Dunkin'
I
Donuts is pretty good where I'm from. I like Dunkin'
really
Donuts.
I like hipster coffee.
What's the hipster coffee?
Like special. What do you call it? It's not high end, but it's more. I always call it specialized.
I like for your look, like Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks.
On the
I
go,
don't
right?
think-
Yeah. His look. I always drink Dunkin' Donuts because when the Eagles won football games, I got free coffee.
Did you?
Coffee, yeah. Now football season's over, so I don't drink iced coffee anymore. But I just drink coffee because
One time? Was it one time?
No. Oh, he got choked.
No, I thought it was one time. I was
Super Bowl
like,
champion, mind you.
yeah,
He's like, okay.
one time. One time. That's right.
So who's your team?
All right. Well, we don't want. They had a bad season last year.
Oh, I can't wait.
The Green Bay
Good old
Packers.
Cowboys. Oh, the Packers. Oh, go. The Cowgirls.
Yeah, no,
Go Pack, go.
The Packers. So they.
I like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he's great.
He's nice on the eyes.
Oh, he's got nice in the eyes.
He's nice on my eyes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You want me to hook you up?
If you, I mean, yeah, if he's not doing anything
I don't know.
tonight, or you know,
No, I know of him, but we've met a couple times, but I don't know him like that.
So that's so cool, meaning like you're a hero, right?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call him a hero. I think he's a good football player, but like for me, heroes are people who, I don't know, like Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln, George Mueller, like.
Oh, these are such good answers.
Yeah,
mine
these
are like, you know,
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, no, Beyonce is.
Cardi
like,
B.
No, these are literally like my. If I went them today, I might break down, cry because they just done so
Really?
much. I just think when I see women of color or minorities who do
Yeah.
great, excellent things, like it just brings me to like a lot of emotion because it took a long time for us
Yeah.
to get there.
No, and
So seeing that,
I
it's
can
just
see
like,
that.
what? Yeah,
I can
like
see-
you did that. Like I can do this too. Like
And I think like, I think that's great because I think we need that. I mean, what was the movie that just came out? Gosh, Black Panther. I loved how that was how that was such a. It was such for boys in our country, little black boys in our country. It was a huge statement. I loved it because they felt empowered, and I think we need more of
And I
that.
think I like that movement. I like how we're going into more just pride and esteem in our own selves. And you don't have to change or look a certain way to do it. You can just be yourself and accept it finally.
No, man, you better preach. Good God. Anyway.
So you're a pastor too? Not yet, right?
Not yet.
You next
Not
one?
yet.
In the Baptist
if God
church?
ever calls it. But I think to me that's why my passion is for people. Like I love when all races win. I love when people win because people are God's treasure.
Yeah.
And when people mistreat people, it's God takes it very personal how we treat people. You understand? He said, "When I was hungry, you."
Donald Trump, do you hear this?
Yeah. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I had nothing to drink, you gave me water. I mean, really. But he said, when you did it to the least of these, you did it to me. So I like seeing people win. But I like people who were, like Martin Luther King Jr., Abraham Lincoln, were pioneers in helping groups of people
And I
win.
do like how you said those names. Those names, no one back then was doing it. No one. So when they did it, it was a lot of pushback. Not just a little pushback, it was huge.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Can you imagine that? Like that's.
Imagine you have social media today with the pushback. I can't.
Dude, and social media is like, it's rough because here's the thing about social media is like people with who have no reputation seem to have a loud voice, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm not because the thing is you could be,
yeah.
but the thing is you could be a very horrible human being, and yet you might be saying stuff right, but you're doing stuff wrong, and that bothers me. I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a fan of people who could back up their word. To me, like, I put a post up when Martin Luther King Jr. The anniversary of his death came up. That was just in March, right?
April.
Or was it April? I'm sorry. Was it beginning of April? Atlanta March.
April 4th.
And so when that came out, one of the things that impressed me about Martin Luther King Jr. was that what made his words so powerful was his actions, and vice versa. What made his actions so powerful was what he said with his words. And I think there's something to be said with social media is just a voice, but it's not a body that does. And I'd rather see a lot of that. You know what I mean? That makes sense. So.
The real groundwork, the real footwork.
Oh man. Oh, you know who else? Like I just read a book on. I can't even think of his name. He was such an innovator. One of the peanut guy. George Washington Carver. I read like 2 books on him just this past year, and because these people inspire me. They change groups of people, and the man made a sacrifice and pushed forward farming and agriculture in general as a whole, but especially for the black community, like that. Like and who was it that reached out to him? Man, I can't get my. But there was another guy who reached out to him and said, "Come to Tuskegee, Alabama." He was over the school, another big name who was empowering the black culture. And he said, "I can't offer you fame, I can't offer you fortune, but here's what I can do. I can offer you an ability to empower an oppressed group of people."
Now we have peanuts.
I know. And he made 300 inventions with those peanuts. Do you understand that?
Not just you said the stuff we see, it's like other things with it.
And the man was an incredible human. And he left his house, I think, at 8 years old. Like, he didn't have God did a big thing. Anyways, we could talk all day, but these people, they're my heroes. Like, absolute heroes.
Yes, I love it. You guys are leading and heroing too.
And she's my hero.
I know.
My baby mama.
Well, meet the Gokeys. Reality TV show coming season 1, coming soon. What channel? Bravo, E. What do you want? NBC.
The OWN.
The OWN.
That'd be my dream.
Oprah. Let's go with Oprah.
OWN,
Come on,
okay,
Oprah,
OWN.
we need
It's
you.
like what? I
The
love the
Gokeys.
OWN channel.
You do?
Oprah.
Right here. Here's our plug right here.
What a piece. Like, what am I doing? I'm a dad.